checked in to the hotel. It looks pretty swank. It looks pretty nifty, if I do say so myself. Because I thought, you know what, I'll end the trip in a nice hotel. I'm not going to be spending some... Last night a hostel? No! Not a chance, nada. I just spoke to the hotel staff. They're really sweet and lovely, and they've told me a lot of cool things. So they said that there's a lot of places open still for about another hour at least. So we're going to quickly put our bags in, check out the room, and then we will head out to get some food. Okie dokie, our room is room number 505. I'm on the 5th floor, and I'm at the very end. Ew. See, the last place, you had to hand your keys in before you left. That's how sus it was. Whereas here, they give you 2 free key cards. Oh, it smells clean. Yo! 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 Oh my goodness, this room looks pretty lit. Yo! Double bed, of course, because I'm an absolute queen. Look at this swank little place here. Got my little sitting area to sit and contemplate. If I've got a balcony as well, shut your mouth. Yeah, look at this place. It's nice, it's clean. It's very spacious too. I could like run laps. I could like 100 meter dash. Right, after our 100 meter dash, it's now time to get some food. Weirdly enough, my dad called me and was like, "Oh, you're in Malta. Why don't you go get some kebab?" I didn't realise Malta was a kebab scene. So we'll try and find some kebab. Right, let's go find some food. During the bus journey to the hotel, we managed to find... I did see a couple of restaurants that were open. That was about half an hour ago, so... Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. Oh my god. So yeah, let's go find some food. So I've just finished dinner. I spent the night inside the hotel in my room, just relaxing, catching up on a couple of things. I've just checked in for my flight back home. So all the other flights in the trip have been to Ryanair. This one is BA, so it's gonna be a little bit more nice, but it's still a flight, 3-hour flight back, easy peasy. Forgot to mention as well, because of the rush that we left in Lisbon, my highlights of Lisbon. I thought Lisbon was an amazing city. I thought it was really, really cool. Definitely a lot to see, and I think we did a good amount of stuff. It's very tourist friendly. I would recommend you guys going. And as usual, if you liked something about it, if you hated something about it, if you've been before and I didn't see something that you did see and you want me to see it, or you want to go just let people know what it is that you've seen, or whatever you want to share or recommend about Lisbon and Portugal, let me know. I do want to go back to Portugal. I was so close to going to Porto, which is in the northern part of Portugal. Opted for Lisbon in the end just because it is a little bit bigger and it was a bit more familiar with me. We are going to plan tomorrow. We're going to do a couple of attractions, a lot of history in Malta, which I'm very excited about. Hopefully we can get some gel, because again, 14-year-old Jono does not look great. And again, we can continue on the hunt for a tripod for the camera. What I mean by a tripod, I mean this. That's what I mean. Not this. That's not what I want. There's been loads of these everywhere, but as you can see, it's crappy, it's thin, it's flimsy. We can see it's a small island, so to be honest, if any place wouldn't have it, it would be Malta. So we'll see. But cool, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It's time to go explore. Last day of the trip. Let's go! What a beautiful first morning! Oh, it's beautiful, the sun is out, It just feels really vibey here. It feels like real good vibes in Malta right now. Everything just looks nice. It just feels good. It feels tropical. All the other cities and places I've been to, besides maybe Marrakesh, it's all felt like London in a way. The city, how it looks. This just feels holiday-y. I don't know how to describe it. But I'm feeling good. Don't you fucking move. That gave me a jump last night. I'm gonna walk down the strip for some breakfast, see what's open. There's actually an M&S in places here. There's like English shops here. I guess it has something to do with Malta and the relationship between Malta and the UK. I think it's time for a Maltese fun fact. Just because it's been burning through my head all day. So, interestingly enough, when we started off our trip in Ireland, the population was a total 5 million, whereas here in Malta, there's only a 10% of that figure. Population's just over 500,000. To put into perspective, there's 6 million people living in London. We out here in the marina. Seems to be a lot of cruisers are obviously about to leave soon in the morning for their morning excursions. I don't know if you can see them, but there are definitely fish in there. I don't know if this is picking it up? Can you see that? So the plan this morning is to take things slow, just relax. It's the last day of the 5-day trip, our last country. And just take in the surroundings, I think. We've been so rushed. Our flight's actually a lot later than all our other flights have been during this trip. And so definitely a lot smaller in comparison to everywhere else. So we're gonna hit up the supermarket, see if we can find some hair gel. And then we will begin the tour.
All right, man.
Hi, mate.
How you doing? All right.
Good.
Yeah.
There you go. He likes the plan. Let's go. So, Valletta is just over there. It is connected by a stretch of land that goes around that way. But I'm going to try and see if I can get a ferry. I think there's some ferries down this way towards Valletta, which is the actual capital of Malta. This is just like I guess a suburb, the most touristy sort of district. But yeah, we're going to try and head over there today at some point. I think leaving the bag at the hotel was the clutch decision. It's not hot, but I think having that bag around would have just made me miserable. So here is the view looking over to Valletta, which is obviously the capital just over there. I'm not sure how to get to said capital, but we're gonna do it. Feeling good, like I should. There's a bunch of stuff to see here though. I'm just looking around, it's just so much. But first we've got some stuff to do on this side of Malta. We're going to check out a castle, which should be anywhere around here, apparently. And then we'll look at getting a ferry over. Excuse me, it's not a castle. We're going to Fort Digne. Digne? It's a fort. Let's check it out. We're at the Fort Digne. It's not actually an attraction. I don't think you can get in. It's all closed off. There's no one here really. Fort Digne. Let me remind you that it is January and there's people sunbathing. The sea is gorgeous and blue. It's warm. I mean, it's t-shirt weather, but I've got my jumper on. I'll probably take it off in a bit. It's lovely here in Malta. And if it's like this now, I can only imagine how hot it gets in the summer. And likewise, if this is the coldest month of the year, then this is probably one of the best places on earth. I mean, I wouldn't be caught dead here in summer because I would have just been melted to the pavement. But it's so lovely, it really is. It's like a good, it's not even, I can't even compare like London weather, like summer, because it's groggy and horrid. Like here it's clear, it's, oh, the breeze, the smell of the sea, it's great here. I like this place. What a way to end the trip. Another thing that's really interesting is there's no one here. It's very quiet. I guess obviously because it is off season, but I guess because it's just such a small island and just such a small population, there's no one here. It's just lovely. It feels like you have the whole island to yourself. It really does. I mean, just like look around. This would be swamped by just tourists, locals. There's no one. So, one thing to just remember, the national dish from Malta is stuffat talfanek, which I'm reading here, slow cooked to ensure the meat fall. It's rabbit stew. So the national dish is rabbit stew. Let's try and find some when we cross over into Valletta. Walking to a bridge that's going to take us to Manuel Island. It's a nice little tucked in island in the middle of the cove of Valletta. It's on the way to the actual city, Valletta, which is really useful. So we're going to give it a little tour around. It's a small island. It shouldn't take any longer than sort of 30 minutes to get around the whole entire thing. There's a couple of cool things on there as well, which we'll check out. But yeah, it looks good. Manuel Island is, it was predominantly used as a fort outpost. It was founded in 1720 by Portuguese settlers, hence the name Manuel, which is Portuguese. There's a fort up here which is called Manuel Fort. So the fort doesn't seem to be open either. Is it because it's a Sunday, or nothing seems to be open? Well, it was a nice view and it's worth the walk, but it turns out there's nothing open on this island on a Sunday. The fort's closed. There's a stony beach around the corner which I would check out, but I want to make sure I've got as much time as possible in Valletta. There's a ferry back in Salima where we were staying in a hotel at 12:45. Gives us 45 minutes to head over to the ferry. Just leaving the hotel now. I thought I'd grab my bag instead of going all the way to Valletta, just to then come back and grab my bag. It made no sense. At least then I can leave for the airport in Valletta. But of course we're back on the whip. 2 shout outs. Shout out to Hotel Mr. Todd. It's spelled backwards, but Hotel Mr. Todd in where are we again? Malta. Great hotel, amazing service, and wonderful location. And also shout out to Bird. I've never ridden an electric scooter properly like this before in a city, and this has to be one of the most enjoyable ways to get around. Walking's just too much. I needed something quick. That's another mode of transportation to add to the list. I'm pretty sure we've smashed that challenge now. We've ridden and rode so many modes of transportation on this trip. It is now time to hit the city of Valletta and see what we can find. It does look like a long walk up though, that's the only problem. It does look like a long walk up. Portugal's prepared us for these hills. This is nothing in comparison to Lisbon. Let's go city walk. Let's go look at the city. Tourist mode, engaged. More stairs. More stairs. That was a lot of stairs. A really clever initiative, which I'm surprised not every single country does. I know the States do it, but I've just seen it happen a couple of times, and we actually went past one of the centres earlier. In Malta, they have an initiative where if you recycle cans, like aluminium cans and stuff like that, I guess water bottles too, you get paid per can for recycling. It only works out like a couple of cents, but it's an initiative which helps clear up the city. Also gives people who are either homeless or not well off an opportunity to make money by cleaning up the city. It's like, what can you do to keep homeless people occupied and to provide them money and also clean up the city? It's like 2 in 1. It's great. We're just coming out of the city centre. It's literally just down there. I wanted to check out this statue that I saw on Google Maps. It is the statue that was dedicated to the island we visited earlier, which famously had nothing open. And that Portuguese dude is actually the Grand Master Antonio Manuel, the founder of that island, Manuel Island. Maybe not the founder, he was the settler. He built the fort on Manuel Island. It's kind of a big deal over here in Malta. So they erected the statue of him. What I also love about this city is like it's just like how it looks after its wild cats. There's a little cat house here. And there's little beds in there. Oh my goodness. Is that a kitten in there? So the camera is basically out of juice, aka I filled up another memory card, and yet this one's 128 gigabyte. I think it's all the slow-mo videos that I've done over the course of the 4 days. It's just 128 gigabyte. That's like a AAA game just of footage. I mean, I'm more worried and I'm not looking forward to going through every single clip and editing out probably 5+ hours of just video content, not including everything that I filmed on my phone. I mean, it's gonna take me so long. I wouldn't be surprised if this video doesn't get put out until at least February. So I've done a wander around the whole block where the archaeology museum is, and I can't find. Oh, I literally found it. Fascinatingly enough, this site here used to be a prehistoric burial ground. So we've just finished the archaeological museum, a really, really good museum for the amount of history in Malta. Learned a lot of really useful and interesting things too. The island is a lot older than I thought it was, like in terms of like inhabitants. Fascinating culture. Speaking of culture, let's get some food and the national dish time.
After some much needed sustenance, we headed on our way to catch sunset in Malta for our final sunset of the trip. I grabbed a nearby scooter and I set off to find the best point to catch the sunset.
Where you gonna look for confirmation? And if it's ever gonna happen, so as I'm standing at the station, it might be over soon. There I found you marked in constellations. There isn't ceiling in our garden. There are drawing here on you. So I can speak into the silence.
It might be over soon.